Hello! We are the Thread Gremlins, and this is episode... Where's your 4?
14!
14!
I panicked. I couldn't remember if it was 14 or 13.
It's because you're staring at your awesome hair.
I am. Caroline cut it.
We cut all her hair off.
So much hair.
We're donating it. So.
Yeah. We filled out the paperwork today.
Locks of Love Inbound, Elizabeth's beautiful ponytail.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever had short hair, but the third time I've donated to Locks of Love. Because it was that long that I would cut it off and it would still be like here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we cut off so much, obviously. It looks so good.
Yeah.
So fun. But we are here to talk about our stitching progress.
Oh, because we talk about cross stitch on this channel.
Yes. Yeah. And our children are in school. So this might be the longest video ever because we're just going to lazily talk about our stuff.
No
rush.
Oh, we're not going to have to make Amy go out of the room?
Yeah. It's quiet.
Nobody's going to be going like this?
You're going to hear the birds chirping. Just ladies who lunch. Okay.
We should get lunch after this, I'm just saying. All right.
Okay, we have FFOs. We have...
I just have whips.
Oh, you're just whipped braid?
I just whips,
Whip
yeah.
braid?
Oh, well, I guess I have a couple patterns that I bought.
Okay. I have FFOs. We found the butterfly.
She did the butterfly first.
Okay.
Oh,
you guys want to see my butterfly? Oh, you're good. It's so good. So I framed it twice. So this is the second frame, and this is its home. Let me get it.
I'm unrolling my giant...
Okay, you guys
I put
ready?
them in a towel before I bring them over so they don't get wrinkled.
Okay, so this is the frame I found. It's so old. It's so cool. And it's even engraved. Where is it? Oh, right here. With love from somebody's grandma. There's a painting under here, and I kept the painting just in case. But here it is. In all her glory.
It's such a beautiful frame. You found it at a thrift store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's so perfect for that.
I know, I'm so happy with it. The blue looks so good. Gorge, there you go. She's home, she's happy.
No longer lost.
She's on the wall. Alright, so that's my first FFO. And then you can go.
Oh, just real quick, so many people ask about that fabric. And I just wanted to let people know that we dyed it with...
Oh, did you bring the dye?
No.
It's in my car.
Oh, we have it?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's always in my car. We dyed it like months ago, and I stuck it in my car to take it home, and I never cleaned it out.
Oh, good. Okay, so I bought the same Aida that I dyed.
Yeah.
For this one. So we're going to re-dye it.
Yeah, but I just wanted to tell people it's Jungle Red from Dharma Trading Company, in case people want to do it.
Oh, yeah. And we can dye that stuff, and then if anyone wants it, we can give it to them.
Yeah.
We're going to try to dye some more. Because it's a good one.
It is. Did we write down how we do it?
I did.
Do you remember where you wrote? And then no. we did 4 different pieces, and we used slightly different methods.
I know. We'll see. No promises. But
so organized us to write it down, though.
We're gonna try to recreate it and then maybe give it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll try. We'll let you know.
So, speaking of dyeing, do you want to talk about Hawkhorn Hollow?
Yes.
Yeah. So Halloween at Hawkhorn Hollow. This was I'm going to show mine first.
Yes.
And this was my first day of school start. So I did this one. I worked on this one for kind of 2 days after the first time my kids were all in school.
This fabric is huge.
This fabric is huge. It's Wren by Picture This Plus. It's 40 count. I'm just going and going and going and going and going, and there's my start.
And there's her square.
Yeah. So I'm using the Vicky Clayton
really
silk
good,
conversion.
It's so small.
I'll fold this up a little bit so that I can show it to you guys. But yeah, if you're thinking about Hawkhorn Hollow, it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. There he is. I had a perfect day listening to Cousin Bet and by Balzac and sewing this guy. It's a lot of block stitching, but it was kind of what I wanted that day. It's a little checkerboard. Love a checkerboard.
It's so pretty. His skin, too. I might also have to do my vampire skin in silk because it's so shiny.
It is shiny. And it's kind of stiff, and I love it.
And I love thinking about Edward and his sparkly skin.
I've
been talking about Edward a lot.
You have been talking about Edward a lot.
Maybe we need to watch Twilight.
Do you know I have to read that for work?
Ugh.
When I was
couldn't
working
read
at
it.
the
I've never
library,
read it
I had to read all of them because it was so popular, and I was working in teen services at the time, and parents would come in and they'd want to know like every detail about that before they give it to their kids.
Oh.
So I was finally like, all right. It was not my jam, but I read the whole series.
Oh, I loved it.
I bet you did.
I loved it. I read all of them.
I think what it was that when I was in high school, I was such a big Anne Rice fan, and I wanted my vampires to be less sparkly and a little bit more terrifying.
Yeah, I ate that series up.
That's fair. Did you read True Blood?
Oh, I read all of them. I watched the show. I think I actually watched the show, like the first season, and then went through all the books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I get really stressed out, I pick a series and do absolutely nothing but read that series. And I read like the whole thing in a month because we were moving.
They were
was
good.
Horrible. Yeah, they were really good.
Yeah, I liked
Highly
those books.
recommend.
Yeah,
Good-
me and Josh's
good
little
Halloween
sister
read.
were reading them together. It was really fun.
Yeah, I love it. All right, so there it is. One more time, and now you have to show yours.
Okay, so mine is, well, mine is, mine.
Oh, I have one more thing to say about this workbook.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed when I was working with this, with the Vicky Clayton silks, they're almost like a little sharp. And I had to be really, really careful with my tension so that I didn't pull little holes in. And I had to be much more delicate with it than I have to be with cottons or with some of the other silks that I've used. Like,
I like that feeling.
you like that you have to not pull too hard?
I like when the thread is like not gonna like, it's
No,
like
I don't know.
it's like stronger.
Oh, it is stronger, yeah. But then I guess I always, with all of my fiber work, I have a problem with too much tension, and I just want to yoink on it. And it was like you could hold it up and see the little holes. So
Oh yeah.
just if you are a high stress stitcher, just know that you have to be a little bit careful with that one. So, but it's so pretty. Okay, go.
Okay, here is my Hawk Run Hollow, and I did. Okay, so I finished my boxes. Ta-da!
Here, let me hold it.
I'm ready to go. Okay, so I finished my boxes, and then I took washi tape and I lined all of them, and I even took small washi tape because I really didn't want to get the modeling in the lines. I really want to like frame it so you can tell that I dyed only that, because I went and looked at the pattern and there's like a lot of modeling in different spaces where it shows.
Oh, this
the
is the
background.
one that you tea-dyed too, right? Was it
No,
clear copy?
no, that's straight from Denise.
Okay.
And then, so then I did that, and then I took a toothbrush with the taupe Rit dye, and I splatter painted it with that, and then let it sit with the washi tape on. You can see where the washi tape went to because you can see the outline, but hopefully that's gonna be framed out. But yeah, I wanted a clean border, but also modeling. So it was kind of an experiment, and I love how it turned out, and I'm very happy.
I love it too.
So now she is ready to get stitched on. Ta-da!
So pretty. Okay, I'm gonna hold it. No, I want to see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I've only seen pictures. Oh, I love it.
Isn't it cool?
It's really cool.
It looks good.
I think this square right here is going to be the one that's like the moon reflecting off the water, and that's
Yeah.
going to be really
I
good.
tried to look at the picture and tried to model where I needed to model the most, but then, things just got wild and I just kind of modeled the whole thing. But yeah, so I'm ready now to move on with the stitching. I have my base in and I'm happy.
Are you?
And then I pulled a full conversion for the first block that I'm going to do.
Which one is that?
I'm going to start at the top left.
Top left. So that's the
Like
one
most
with the
people.
little cemetery.
Yeah, so there's my conversion. It's just kind of a mush-mosh of a lot of stuff because this project is so big that I am not gonna like...
You do one at a time.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna pull from stash each time.
One of the things I really like about this pattern too is that it's charted. Each square is charted individually, so you don't have any page breaks. Each one is just on a single page.
Yeah.
You're never worried about that. And it would be really easy if you wanted to break it up or to change the composition to do that because of the way it's charted. I think
It's
really
great.
cool.
Yeah, I won't show you, but like each page has its own page. Each block has its own just page.
Yeah.
So, and then it has its own conversion. Or
It has all its own colors, which
which
makes it really easy to take notes. One of my pet peeves with puzzles in particular, especially crossword puzzles, but with patterns too sometimes, is when the page is so tight that there's no place for you to put handwritten notes in.
Mm.
And I like a margin so that, because I do make a lot of changes.
Yeah.
And then I set them down, and then 3 years later you pull it out and you're like, how are we supposed to re-dye that fabric?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So are you in like a Halloween mood now? Is this...
I'm gearing up. I'm trying to whip down right now so that I can gear into Halloween is my goal.
Cool.
Because I'm going full Halloween when I can whip down a little bit more.
Okay.
So I'm going to finish up September, and then October hits. I'm going to...
That sounds like really good motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah, to kind of look forward to it. Are you thinking about, are you going to do any new starts?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'll show you.
I'm
Okay,
so
go.
excited.
Your turn.
Okay, yeah. I worked on, speaking of Halloween, which I'm actually kind of not as grumpy about this year, partially because I already finished one of my Halloween costumes. Here's I got the Morbs.
She has like 6 kids to do Halloween costumes.
I'm only
for.
doing for 2 this year.
Ugh.
For 2. The teenagers are kind of getting to the age that they sort of like, they don't want to as much, or it's like an inside joke with them and their friends.
Mm. Yeah.
And then our middle schooler is like so self-conscious, I don't think he'd even want to dress up.
I got shamed trick-or-treating one year, and that was last year.
Why?
I think I was like a little too old.
So when I was in high school, we had a friend who was really short. She was just really, really short. And so we trick-or-treated all the way through high school because we just went with Sally.
Yeah.
And everyone thought she was our little sister.
That's nice. I think I was a freshman in high school, so
It's a little old.
it's a little old. And me and my girlfriend were like, let's just go. And we had our outfits on and we went. And I think maybe like the third door, they were like, aren't you a little old? And we were like, oh my God, are we a little too old?
You know, that's totally changed now. That's totally changed. And I think that's so cool.
yeah.
Like they let everybody do it now. And
Yeah.
in my neighborhood, which I actually do like the trick-or-treating a little bit, in our neighborhood they have things for adults. The houses will set up things for adults.
Mm.
So you'll show up and they'll give
Yes,
you like...
they do. Your neighborhood
Yeah.
was good. I went and did her
Yeah.
neighborhood last year. And they
give you a little grown-up
there was
treat.
a little... Sorry.
We have a neighbor that parks out there with like cider. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
chocolate
so nice.
And, yeah.
There's cider and there's fires and people have their home brew
Yeah,
out.
it was a little bit more extreme when we were kids, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Here's Morbs again. There we go. Finish the top. I'm being very cautious with the back on this one because I don't want to pull too many threads across, and I think it's kind of still looking fun from the back.
Oh, I have a surprise for you. Okay, go.
This is done on I think a 36 count linen. I'm using Antique Black by Gloriana. Still maybe the nicest thread that I've ever worked with. There's no way you guys were going to be able to see the variegation on the camera, but the dark brown and black in here is just absolutely lovely. It's very crisp. It's easy to work with. And I did find a couple of places.
Oh, I can see the brown.
You can, yeah.
Okay.
I did tram it in a couple of places. If you're not familiar with that technique, that's to take, after you sew your line of X's, it's to take a little thread and run it underneath the back, underneath behind the stitches, but still in the front of the work. I found that this linen, which is a Zweigart, but it still is a linen, and it had some schlubs to it. So little thicker threads, and when the threads get thicker, you get less full coverage. And since this pattern has not much, I mean, color-wise going on, it's just black on linen, those holes are really obvious. So I went and trimmed in just a couple of places.
Nice.
So that those inconsistencies in the linen didn't stick out as much. And I'm really pleased with how it's coming out. So I wanted to have this one done by Halloween. The next part for me is the larger band at the bottom. And I think I'll probably split that up into 2 sessions.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I am.
I forgot I did this. I did it last week and then spaced it.
Caroline, you're doing it too!
There's
That
mine!
Oh! I love it.
I love your
I love how
colors.
cheerful it
So
is.
cute. That's so you.
Oh, that's
You know,
so
I was
cool.
looking at this pattern and I was like smiling because I loved it, and I was just thinking
It's
about
so
how
good.
you were such a little monster about it, and how then Amy did it, and I knew you were gonna freak out, and then you did it, and then I was just like smiling at it. I was just like, this pattern makes me laugh.
It's so good.
It's fun to stitch too. Isn't it
Yeah.
fun to stitch?
It's
And
really
so
good, yeah.
I did it in this super fun color because this thing just makes me so happy, and I just was smiling. And do you know why I picked this color? Because I pulled this fabric out and I was like, what am I gonna do with it? And then I saw the Zweigart, and I was like, dude, that Zweigart color looks good on that blue. And I was looking and I had one.
I love it.
And so it matches that.
Your selvage edge blue.
My selvage edge was my inspiration.
Oh my gosh.
That's so cool. Okay, let's hold them up together. They like
So
could not be more
fun.
different, and I love that for us.
I know.
I wish I brought mine.
Yeah. Next time.
Got the Morbs. I'm gonna put this by my bed, so every day I wake up and I go, so
Do you know what that
good.
reminds me of? There's like a whole bunch of painters that were, I don't remember when they were working. It's like late 20th century. And it was their whole thing was to create colors that felt like they were vibrating when you put them next to each other. And I feel like I get a little bit of that.
I totally do too. When I saw that edge against the blue, I was like, that's good.
That is good.
I know. And I was like, what makes me happier than like morbid conversations with my girlfriends?
Nothing.
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 Nothing makes me happier. I love being a morbid.
What is the thread that you use
Beast.
for that? Is that a Pirate+Robin?
Yeah, it's peach.
Peach.
It's
Pretty.
vibrant. And it looks so good on this blue. Anyways, I forgot I did that. Okay.
I'm glad you remembered.
I know, me too. I was like, wait a second.
Do you want to do 4 seasons?
Let's do it.
Did you finish for fall? Or did you decided you were going to finish the bottom border, right?
Oh yeah, what did I do?
You said you got halfway through stitching it and you hated it and you were going to just frame over.
Oh yeah, I did say that. What did I do? I don't remember what I ended up doing though. I might have finished it. You know, I might have just freestyled it.
Did you?
Yeah, I think
Let's find. It's like a
Let's
surprise
find out.
surprise.
You go first.
Okay. Here's mine. There she is. It's done.
Wow.
This
So
has been
pretty.
such a fun project for me because it's been such a growth project. Just thinking about how long it took me, hours to do this little medallion because it's my first time on 40 count. And then I kind of just booked it through down here.
Yeah, dude, that bottom sucks.
It's dense. It's dense.
and it sucks.
It's very repetitive.
It's repetitive.
The other thing that I thought was really funny about it too is that when you look at it, he fudges a lot in it.
Does he?
Yeah.
Well, I think
look, you can just, where you can really tell. Right here, how some of these touch the top line and some of them don't. And it's because he fudged.
Well, all of my stitches,
Brilliant fudging.
Brilliant fudging.
Nothing matched up. That's why I was getting so frustrated with that
Well,
border.
it doesn't.
It doesn't match up, but also that border not matching up, plus me doing wrong things, disaster.
Yeah. No. Oh, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No. I was so surprised, but then because, everything is matched up, everything. And then I got to the bottom and I was like, I really spent a long time looking at it. And I realized, no. So I'll be curious if it doesn't match up in the same way in autumn or if it's a truly epic sneaky fudge.
Dude,
Right down
it
here.
is a rough one if you've messed up anything.
Yeah.
I think I told it. I gave up.
You were done.
I gave
You were
up.
done.
Okay, so here's mine. It's so big, I have to do this. Okay, see, I can do a border. It is possible. All right, there it is. And there she
Oh, I
goes.
like your heart.
Yeah, I just kind of think what did I do?
You added
You put Caroline
Yeah.
Bird in there.
Yeah, I
put
kind of
2024. Or
I kind of just started fudging around.
Yeah. I love it.
I love that.
And it's got a 24.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
Yeah, it works.
It does.
It works. So there is.
And now you don't have to try to
Summer.
frame around it too, because that would have honestly been so difficult
Yeah.
to try to frame around a half done border.
Yeah, so this
Your
is
frame
where
is so tight.
you can see it's just all over the place, man. It's a wreck. I have a lot of work still to do on that border, but I'm not doing the chart because the chart is worthless at this point for that.
Yeah, so next is autumn, and I think the first day of fall is on Saturday. So
Yeah, so from here we move this way.
what's your plan with the next one? Are you going to do the borders first and then put in the fill, or are you going to do the letters first? What's your strategy?
I think I'm gonna work off this line right here and do the whole outline of this, just so I know that this matches up, and then if I need to fudge interiorly,
it's easier to do.
It's easier.
Yeah, that's my plan too, is to do the frames first. I'm really excited because there's a little fox and tiny grapes in autumn.
I know,
that's when I've been most excited to sew in this since we started this project.
The goose. The goose.
Love a goose.
Gotta get to that goose. But yeah, I don't want to look at this thing for a couple weeks.
That's fair. I was just about there. When I sat down to finish it, I really was like, I am going to make myself do this. And it's the first time with this pattern that I've had to force myself through to get that done. Yeah. So,
but you know what? I wouldn't be able to do this pattern any other way than what we're doing.
Oh, you mean like
I would have been like, I give up.
Yeah.
The way that we're doing it, blocking it into the seasons, makes it much more like
manageable
and motivating.
You're motivating because you want to keep it seasonal. It feels right too. I think the other thing I like about it is having a deadline, but having a big deadline with a large chunk. Yeah. So I can get ahead, I can get behind, but it's not like some of the mystery styles where it's like you're on a week, and if you have a tough week, which happens a lot when you've got kids, then you're behind, and then you're more behind, and then you're more behind.
Seasonal stitching. Love.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do our chunky boys. These are our chunky boys.
Chunky boys?
That's your chunky boy, yeah.
Oh.
He's a chunky boy.
I worked on my fall season sampler again that I started.
This is the house catastrophe.
House catastrophe with no borders.
With no borders yet.
I put in these grapes over here. They're all blended threads and they're beautiful and I love them. They were a lot of fun. I did this when we went to a concert. Nice. So I did these in the car. We were driving to Eastern Washington to go to the gorge, and we saw King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, and my husband made it very clear that I was not going to stitch during the concert. That it would be left in the car.
Yeah. I don't know why they do that. That's so annoying. It's like, I can focus on doing things, okay?
I mean, I really like King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I like them a lot. The songs are all like 15-minute long jazz odysseys. And so
pause for siren.
I really do feel like I could have stitched and gotten the experience.
Yeah.
Especially the gorge, because you sit down on blankets.
I know.
So the other thing that I started to do here was put in this border, and I did the little line at the bottom. You might be able to see it as backstitch right here. And then I started to do here the bend that will encompass the whole pattern. I am very nervous about these little lines matching up, and did I actually count all of this correctly 8 years ago when I was a less experienced stitcher? We'll find out. And then because my borders were so tight, because I didn't leave myself any margins whatsoever, I don't know how I'm gonna frame this thing. I think I've maybe just enough. I've left like just shy of an inch. I had to stitch the top in hand.
What about my new technique I'm thinking about doing?
What's your new technique?
I want to get a square and then lay that flat or one of my stitching flat, and then pour that goo that hardens.
You want to encase my stitching in acrylic?
Yes. And then it's like already in a frame. And it stands up. And then we can see your back too. And it's like a memorial piece. It's like...
She'll think about it.
Okay. It's something I'm thinking about.
Maybe if I started stitching a project knowing that was what was going to happen to it, I would feel very comfortable doing that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I think if I spray it with a sealant...
So you know that stuff yellows over time though.
What?
The acrylic. No, the acrylic does. I don't know if it all does. Have you seen the hot dog? You blank stare. Like, you should be so into this hot dog. This guy on Reddit...
She's thinking about it turning yellow.
Okay, sorry.
Well, I don't know how long it takes, though, you know.
I just feel like technology... No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Maybe it used to.
But do you know about the hot dog?
Okay, what?
This guy encased a hot dog in acrylic on Reddit, and you can go see it. It's been in there for like 5 years.
Well, if a hot dog can survive, stitching can survive.
It's fair. I mean,
and it didn't It didn't shrink inside?
No, it's been a long time since I've seen the hot
so
dog.
It doesn't decompose? I think this is going to be a great idea.
Okay. Maybe not with this one.
Okay.
But I will make you one that you can put in acrylic. I just need to wrap my mind around that.
I think acrylic cross-stitch framing is the new frontier.
Okay.
And then you can see the back.
No, I totally get it. Pick out a piece, I'll sew it for you. You can acrylic frame it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had to stitch in hand to get the top done. And it's a little messier than my regular stitching, but Caroline and Amy assure me that it is just fine. I think you can really see the inconsistency, especially over here, but it reminded me a lot of doing sashiko embroidery, which is a Japanese technique based off of a running stitch where you use a big, huge, long needle and kind of a scooping motion. And if anyone's familiar with sashiko, when I started thinking about it like that, that's when you can see how my tension improved over on this side. So there you go. And next I've got, I think I'm going to pop in more of these borders so that if it is a disaster, I know now before I get in. I think I've got an oak leaf and a pheasant left to do.
This is the star though.
I know she loves the wheat so much.
The wheat. It's so pretty.
It still needs to be backstitched. So because
this is
a 90s pattern, so everything, and
I don't
actually
think you should
like for a 90s pattern, it's not got a ton of backstitching, but the backstitching is definitely there on those.
I don't think you should do it. I think you should leave it. It's so
I'm doing it. No, because I love how 90s it is. I want it to look like that. It's got the little stair step backstitching because, you know, in that period they didn't ever do like diagonal lines. I don't know why. So I'm into it. They literally do. It does like the individual grains of wheat.
Okay, I'm excited. Okay, here's my fat boy. This is my maximum cross stitch. Oh, needle. Don't want to lose that. Okay, I brought this out because I'm trying to whip down, and this one has just been staring at me since I messed up super bad. I had to take a break and process. So it's supposed to look like this.
This basket is so pretty.
I know.
It looks like it was tricky to stitch though.
It was chunky. It's a chunky boy.
Yeah.
So here she is. Okay, so you see those birds. They are supposed to be in the same area. Or like, why not?
Is this the one that you like cut apart the whole pattern and then glued it onto a piece of paper?
This is not even that one. Oh. This is a straight up mistake. I put
it's so pretty.
I put this tree way too low, and then this basket couldn't fit right there, so then I had to do the heart. Remember the kitty butts right there. And so this whole side I had to flip flop, but this side is correct. This is how it's supposed to be. So really all I have left.
Oh, I think it works just fine though.
I think it's fine too. That's why I was like, just get it done.
I actually kind of think it's a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, it's fine. So there's a couple little motifs that I can put right there, and then you put the year right there, so I left that a little blank. Yeah. And then
we're near the end of the year. Yeah.
There's like some steps right here, and then a big grass hunk. So I will have a big project to do block stitch if we go somewhere or do something. I'm saving that for that moment.
Are you going to do it when we go to the hot springs?
No, because I'll be able to concentrate at the hot springs. This is like for like something where we're like talking. And,
like when you're at a concert?
Totally. And then I have to write something. Some people gave me some good ideas in maybe a couple of videos ago about what to put in here because it's charted as there's always room at the table.
What are you going to put in?
I'm not sure yet, but I have a lot. I remember thinking, wow, those are really good ideas. I just don't remember what they were, so I have to go back and look at the comments.
I mean, not your worst day to go back and watch our videos.
I love watching our videos. It's my favorite Floss Tube. You know that.
I do.
I think we're hilarious.
The second we finish filming, she watches it. Like before you guys get to.
It's my favorite Floss Tube. Yeah, you guys. Oh, and this is on Prairie. This is that new
This color. Is Prairie?
Yeah.
I thought it photographed so... Oh, wait, I think we're talking about different things.
Yeah, Denise, when it first came in, I went in and she was like, this is the new one! And I was give it to me!
Who makes this? Prairie? Let's do a picture of this plus. Picture this plus just came out with one that looks like Prairie. They're called Prairie, but it's kind of pink. Or at least I thought it was. Maybe it's just photographing.
I just remember going in there and her being like, this is you picked up, this is the new one, it's Prairie.
It's so pretty.
So I don't know if it's that one or another one.
You know, this is when I was originally looking for fabric for Hawker and Hollow, this is what I was picturing my project on. It was like a yellow like this. Yeah. But I kind of couldn't find it. Now I wish I just paid more attention to your... I should have watched our Floss Tube.
I know. They're good.
Really? Yeah.
They're my favorite Floss Tubes because I convinced my friends to make my favorite TV show.
Where you're the star.
And then I'm so happy.
Oh my god. Alright, I only have one more. How many more do you have? Do you have another finish?
I have a finish. I have an FFO.
Okay, well, let's make that one the last because it's exciting.
Okay.
I worked on 100 circles. There you go. I wasn't sure what I wanted to work on, and my default is to work on this one because Amy likes it. So I got to start putting in, I'm 56% of the way done now. I got to start putting in some of these blues, and I loved it because I love all of those cool colors.
Yeah, so pretty.
And I also realized, I was working on this last night, and I realized that I am being weird about this project because I love it so much. I don't want to work on it because if I finish it, I can't work on it anymore. Which is, we've talked about this, is one of the reasons that my projects tend to be big is because I have such a hard time.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's all about process. They're finished. I don't like ever even look at them anymore.
Yeah,
like,
I miss them.
Yeah. And I was in it last night. I realized that, oh no, I'm halfway through. I hit halfway through and then I didn't work on it for like 2 months because I couldn't handle that I was on the downhill on this project.
Yeah, I know. I miss these birds. I think about that whip all the time.
Yeah.
It reminds me of summer at the pool.
Yeah. Yeah, this has been such a good little stitch. So I'll hold it up a little closer so you guys can see the new circles. This is black work, the steady thread. It's all DMC. There's 100 different shades of DMC and 100 different black work fills in these circles. And I love it.
Wait,
I'm like black work.
That's going to be our cover photo.
Like that. And yeah, it's interesting too because I'm finding out which fills I really like kind of enjoy stitching and which one I don't. So like, hated this blue one, terrible. And this purple one that I did this morning was like so much fun. So I'm gonna do it on an even weave. There you go. That's what I got. Okay. I love it.
It looks beautiful. All right, I have an FFO and a finish. Okay, let me get my FFO. It's not fully, oh, my ankle. It's not fully in here yet, but I got the frame. You guys are going to die.
Oh,
isn't it good? It's not centered yet.
It's so pretty.
I know, and it's so, oh, the glare. Ooh.
I think that people might just have to go to Instagram to really be able to see
I'll take pictures and put them up.
Yeah. Or Amy, do you want to hit the overhead light off?
There we go. If I hold it like this, you can
kind of see it. Yeah.
It's so cool, and the frame.
Did that do anything?
Oh yeah, that's better.
No, because the window.
But it's really cool.
It does look really good.
Thank you.
So, wait, hand it to me. I want to look at it.
The way we ride is done, but not. I haven't like centered or done anything in the frame yet. Isn't it pretty? And doesn't the frame look good?
It does.
Like dark?
Did you buy it or did you?
I had to buy it because it was such a weird
shape.
size.
Yeah.
Amazon is really good if you put dimensions in there.
Yeah, they are. I've heard too that you can get them for not too much. You can have custom ones made on Etsy. Oh, the colors are so pretty. Where are you gonna put this in the house?
You know, it might be seasonal.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about Hopper and Hollow.
Yeah, which is fine.
Or you could just have a gothic.
Because my house is light.
Yeah, your house is all white and blue.
Yeah, I like to be light as possible because I feel like I'm a tornado. And if my house looks like a tornado, like I love maximalism, like love it.
That's what my house is like.
But my brain is so busy. If my house isn't like white and like clean, like I start throwing things.
My house is covered in googly eyes. We got a big box of them and everybody in the family sticks them on things.
I need to walk into a room and it'll be like white and clean and like together.
But you don't like bright lights.
No, well dark, no light, but then light and then lamp. It's a lot.
It's complicated. There's a lot of fairy lights. It's a really fun place to be.
There's a lot of fairy lights. I need low dim lighting. I don't like when people turn the lights on. Like this is a lot for me right now. I do it for you.
I know. I like bright lights and silence.
I like chaperone, blasting, and fairy lights.
Sometimes I'm amazed that we can hang out with each other. Because I'll have every single light on in the whole house and then like the tiniest, softest atmospheric music playing.
I know, she has like low jazz.
And it will be driving me nuts. I'll be like, I don't know how anybody's supposed to function
You're
with
gonna die,
this noise.
but like, I lost the birds.
You lost another one?
I'm like, no. Hang on, we saw him.
It was just in a pile. I found it. I finished my French bird, so my French birds get to get framed.
Are you gonna get a frame that matches the other one?
Yeah, I bought one, but we'll see if it's the right one. So if they look,
Is that why you haven't finished the framing on that one? Or
yeah,
you waiting
I'm
to
waiting
see?
because I want these to be framed next to each other.
Gotcha.
So there they are. I had to do a color conversion on these bad boys because it wasn't showing up.
Where's your bird wall gonna be? Are you gonna start building up your bird
Look, I
wall?
put a little
I hope you have
CL, and I did that 1/1 because because I tried something new.
Good job.
I know, and so I'm so excited. So I got a frame that I think is gonna look good with this one, and then if they do, then I'll fully finish them, and then those are actually gonna go into my house for sure. They are light enough.
Where's your bird wall? Are you gonna do the bird wall already? Are you gonna like just start building it, or are you gonna?
Yeah.
Wait, do you have a wall picked out?
Yeah.
No, I don't know where anything's
I'm
going
excited.
yet. Okay.
So that's is that
Okay, so that's all of our whips.
Wait, what about Amy?
Yeah, I have a whip.
Okay, let's let Amy do our whips, and then we can do all the random
It's
things.
always like a race to see who can get off the couch first, and Caroline always wins.
Speedy.
Okay, I'm like literally in the
She's
middle of
in the
stitching
middle of
this.
stitching it.
Oh, here, I'll just bring all my stuff.
Oh my god, you got a pile. I've got one whip.
Oh my god,
What pile of
you have
things?
so many
No,
whips down.
these are not whips. The other ones are haul.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Plan. I love
I have,
plan.
well, I did work on the pollinators one, but I kind of wanted to get a little bit further before I show it. Okay, so I am doing, so Marjorie made an Wild Woman Crafts, Wild with an E. They're doing a Moths Over Many Moons Sal, and it's this tiny modernist pattern. The moths and the moon, and the mushrooms in the corner.
Oh, I haven't seen your moth yet. I can see it a little bit.
Okay, so here, I'm gonna put this into the back at least so that it's not in the front. But I've started it. I started part of the border and I've put it on. So the fabric is 32 count fiber on a whim malachite.
Ooh, I was thinking about buying that for Evanora.
Were you?
Yeah,
It's so
like Wicked Witch of the
pretty.
West.
There's blues in it. It's
I know.
really pretty. I had a bunch of fabric and I couldn't figure it out. And I kept seeing it like on a dark blue.
That's beautiful.
And
It's
then
really pretty.
my husband said, what about a dark green? And I went and grabbed the malachite and he was like, yeah, I really see that.
It's really the
Dude,
Luna
that
moth
is
is looking so good.
gorgeous. Is that one color on that moth? That green? Is that
It looks like it's
the
is it
lily
two?
watercolor?
Or did you use a?
Okay,
very
yeah. So let me grab this.
No, it
because-
looks like it's variegated.
Is that one color?
Yeah, it's the Karen water lilies.
Oh.
I'm just using.
Is it monsoon?
No, it is called Jade. It's this one.
so pretty.
That's like my favorite color.
Let me see this.
And
Amy,
then-
this is really pretty.
So the yellow is yellow is Dinky Dyes.
wow.
I have a. Oh my goodness! I just brought my floss drop
Look how
over here.
pretty that is. I'm sitting here now being like, what project could I do just so that I could run this through my fingers for 200 hours?
What did I just do
You
with
look
my
like me.
floss drops?
I know.
I just had
that
them.
couch eats everything.
It's right there.
Oh, there they are. What the heck just dropped?
I don't know.
Oh, my scissors! I just flung them across your room.
See, that's why you need to go buy 40 pairs of scissors.
Can you grab my? I'm gonna forget them.
Oh,
Okay.
these are my favorite scissors.
Oh,
they're
so
selling
good.
out
I
all
know.
over the
Are
place.
they?
Yeah.
They're so good.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, so these are my.
They're,
this is my.
they're curved. Do you see that? They're curved. They're
Yeah, they're perfect
like-
for snipping.
and so
a
they-
stitch. So it's Dinky Dyes. It's called Cotslow, Cottsloe.
It's that yellow.
It's
Yeah.
this light yellow. So the way this was charted, I did almost it all the way it's charted. I just changed I don't even know what was called for. I literally looked up what moth this was and then picked the colors accordingly. And I'm pretty sure that Tiny Modernist probably gave so much thought into trying to keep her color palette to a minimum so that people weren't buying a bunch of stuff. I'm just kind of looking at each individual moth and just pulling from stash because they're not huge. They're all about this size. So,
oh, dude, I don't know if I told you guys too. We had one of my friends who's an entomologist look at them, and she was able to identify all the moths based off of the chart.
Yeah.
So really nice job with charting those accurately too.
Yeah, and I was initially a little bit, I didn't love the colors as much, but then when I looked at it, she actually did a really thoughtful job on it. So this is what I've done this for the Atlas moth. I moved some things around and changed it based off of what the moth looks like. I used colored pencils, and this is how my Atlas moth is gonna look. And I might do this for the other ones too. I don't know. I am having a lot of fun kind of geeking out on it. It's very, I've got some fancy silks. This is a Gloriana. This one's a Gloriana. So those are going to be part of the Atlas moth. And then I don't know where it's going to take me. There's an Io moth in there. There's a comet moth. I think a elephant hawk moth.
So cool.
And like a tiger garden moth, I think, are the moths. So yeah, that's what we're going to do.
I love it.
And I've just taken something super simple and made it into something complicated. And it's been really fun. I wanted to show, while I'm sitting here, can I just show the other stuff?
Yeah, please.
Okay. All right. So I've been talking about this pattern for a long time.
So long. To the point that I've actually been looking at it and like, what if I just did it?
So this has been in my stash for a little while. I'm very excited about doing it, but I've been really weird and fussy.
You have to tell people what it is.
Oh yeah, it's Nora Corbett's Moon Glow. So I've been like really weird and fussy about the fabric. I bought multiple different fabrics and decided against them for whatever reason.
Are you still gonna do her hair gray?
Yeah, her hair's gonna be gray. I thought I had picked the gray that I was gonna do, but then Robin from Pirate+Robin just dyed one called Lunar. I think that's supposed to arrive today, and I might be looking at that for it because I'm very into that color. Anyway, okay, so I think I finally have my fabric for this.
Oh, thank God.
Ugh. Okay, so I got this beautiful fabric piece.
Oh, it's
from
so pretty.
Under the Sea Fabrics.
And it's opalescent, so it's sparkly.
Mm-hmm. It's called, what is it called? Winter Solstice? Winter Musings?
Whimsical Winter.
Whimsical Winter. And I don't know if you can see the sparklies in it.
It's gonna be perfect. It is perfect.
I'm so excited about it because it takes some of the green from the background and the charted, but then it puts in a little bit of just like some purpley modeling and some darker blue, and then the sparkles because it's Moon Glow. So, the only thing I will say about this is that there's a lot of disclaimers about this fabric not being color fast, including on the tag. So I was a little worried about that because we don't have a great track record of keeping our fabrics clean. And then also there was just, a very long disclaimer on the website. So I actually asked Robin from Pirate+Robin what she would do. And she's hooking me up with a little bit of Dyer's soap. Yeah. So that I can soak it in that and try to keep the fabric from leaching color or anything like that and maybe preserve it. So I am gonna do it on that.
So I know when you were first looking at this, you weren't thrilled about the idea of doing the beading on it because it's a Nora Corbett, so of course it's beaded. And we talked a little bit about how you could use like a French knot if you wanted to replace that. What are you thinking? Or you could just do an X. But what are you thinking now? So
what I'm thinking is I am going to stitch everything else first, and then I'm gonna leave it. My mother has got very, very into beading for a while, so she has like this big, huge box of all these fancy beads, and I'm gonna go through those and see if anything kind of calls to me, and I'm excited to have it on here. But I feel like with the glittery fabric, I'm kind of excited to do it with French knots. I'm leaning toward French knots. But I am open to thinking about other things. But for right now, I am thinking of French knots. I don't know why. I'm just kind of
You could also pick a bead with a frosted glass finish.
Yeah.
It might be pretty.
You don't need beads.
But you don't need beads.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to see where it takes me. If I feel like beads are where it's at, then I will. Oh, if anybody else has ordered from Under the Sea Fabrics and has had any issues with it, I would love to hear what you guys thought. I've not used from them before. The fabric is beautiful. So just trying to figure out what I'm going to do to keep that preserved. And then, okay, I have 2 other things to show. They're haul, pretty much.
Oh, I like this bag.
That's from Megan, Sandal Stitcher.
She did so good.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that she would sew something.
No, she gave it to us the first time we met her.
Hmm.
She put a thing on yesterday. She made a skirt, she makes a Halloween skirt for herself.
So talented.
She just like throws it together.
Gross.
Love her. Okay.
So nice too.
We love Megan.
She's a great mom.
She is. Okay, so I have never found a sampler that I wanted to put everything else down and start.
Me
I
either.
did. But I found one, the Kiwi Stitcher. Kiwi Stitcher on Instagram. Oh, love her. And she posted her start on this sampler from Quaint Rose Needle Arts.
Which I love right now.
Which is so funny because I look at their stuff all the time because I'm always looking for fancy birds for Caroline.
Yes,
and I just kind of, I don't know, my eyeballs didn't see it. But anyway, I am in love with this pattern. This is like you stitch it and then you cut it out and put it on, like sew it on there. And same thing with the grasshopper. I'm so excited. So this is, it's, yeah,
So
I'll show you the fabric.
Like stitched and then appliqued on?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right? So excited. You can even see the outline and the pattern.
So how do you keep it from fraying? Or do you just not worry about that?
I don't know yet. I don't know what I do yet. There's a lot of instructions.
That's really cool.
I'm very excited. And Erica with Fibers and Floss Canada is doing it, and so is Beck Stitches Everything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is neat.
And so
do you do it just on? Oh, I see how they. Okay.
Yeah, so the 2 called for fabrics were from Fox and Rabbit. One is called
It's a beautiful green.
Yeah, this is called Seaweed. And it's a 36 count. So pretty. All the yellows and blues and stuff in that green. I'm so excited about it. And then the other one that was called for was Duxbury. I could not find it. It was out literally everywhere.
That's nice.
It's completely out of
Picture,
stock.
though.
So I chose One More Brief Production by Be Stitch Me. What's this?
It's a throwback to our.
Okay, I'm going to show this and then show you what Caroline just handed us. It's so good. So this is the One More Reproduction that I did instead of Duxbury. Okay. Caroline has sewn 2 pieces of fabric together. So we're going to show it off.
She started this pony, but then she didn't realize that she had the fabric rotated 90 degrees. So she
ran out of room.
Ran out of room, so she's cut it.
It's so good.
It on
It has so much personality.
So that's the same
Is
as
this
what they
right-
want you
is
to
this
do.
Right side up?
Yeah.
They don't want me to do that.
That's
Kidding.
that's the I sewed it down here, and so I moved it up here because I didn't know how to frog
anymore.
So
No.
I just cut
Or you didn't want to.
A whim. Kunzanite. It's a fabric. Beautiful fabric.
So yeah, if you need any help, Amy.
No, you are so, I love this about you because it is something I don't know what I would do. I would freak out. I would possibly think of doing this and then be like, I can't do something like that. And then you just make it look like art.
Right.
I mean, when I had my last big mistake, it was the Raven Queen, and I put it in a box, and then Amy frogged it for me.
I think I think I'm very pro like frogging each other's work or like jumping in on little things that are kind of holding us up.
Nobody had ever done that for me before. That was huge. I feel like I can sit down now and work on that piece again.
Yeah.
And just the thought of spending, I don't know how many
Well,
hours.
because every time we talked about it, you were like, I just have to sit down and frog it. I just have to sit down and frog it. And I was like, do you want me to frog it? And you were immediately like, yes.
Well, and then do you know what I think is funny? You know, I washed the Diet Coke out of it.
Yeah.
But when you pulled it out, I could see that some of the Diet Coke was still underneath where it was frogged.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And then my last thing I wanted to show was I don't know, should I show my market stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
God, this is my favorite show.
Okay, just show you.
Caroline needs something to watch at 2 o'clock in the morning, Amy.
Okay, so these are the patterns I got from Market.
I lost my patterns from Market. I'll show you guys when I find them.
I was wondering I hadn't seen them.
Yeah, I lost them.
Okay, so I got both of these from Quaternion Creations. I got the Forest Goddess and the Oak Nymph.
Those are both for you.
And then I got this one. I thought this was cute and I kind of wanted to make it for my daughter.
Yeah, that is really cute.
It just says, it's We Belong from Heartstring Samplery. It says, if we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten we belong to one another.
Oh, that's sweet.
I got the number 10 from Carriage Samplings, the Fairy House, the Mushroom.
Oh, those charts are small. You know, when you see the pictures of them online, I wouldn't have expected them to be...
The chart to be so small?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many pages is it?
No, it's just one page.
Just one page.
It's just...
Okay. No, I mean, you can't.
I just did
I've just looked at those and I've been like, how would you do 12 of those in a year? That just feels so... Like, so much stitching. That makes sense now. I get it.
And then this is... I got Memento Mori from Bendy Stitchy Designs. I talked about that a couple Floss Tubes ago. And then I got this one. The Dear Santa, I Want Shiny Things, Please from Pixel Pixie Stitch. Yeah.
All right. And what do we do?
That's what I have.
I have a very small amount of haul to show.
Yay!
First of all, Caroline made me a project bag.
We did. It's one of those Lori Holt.
One of the Lori Holt. This is the double zipper.
So fancy.
And she lined it. Look at that.
Oh, she did such a good job.
And
she spent the weekend sewing on these.
I heart Mr. Darcy. I love it so much. I'm going to put 100 circles in it, and that way I get to think about both of you when I work on that project. And I can never finish that project. Ever. Because then I don't
have to leave one circle, like, undone.
Do you have any idea how that would keep me up at night?
I do, actually. Probably not. Okay, I'm going to swap back so Caroline can have her seat. Oh, have you shown those?
I have not shown these yet. I bought them a while ago.
So exciting.
Caroline, you have to come back in the hot seat. So, Amy, who was it that was doing this? We have the Bring Out Your
I
Kit
want to
Saw.
say it was the Golden Familiars. I cannot remember her name.
So somebody found these vintage patterns, and Amy put them in the group text, and she was like, can you believe this weird thing? And I was like, absolutely, that was a major part of my childhood. It is the California Raisins Christmas pattern.
Woo! So good.
So good.
Fun.
I don't know if anybody knows that there is a California Raisins Claymation Christmas special, but I have it. So I got this guy, and then, because it was eBay, I got 3 more.
Oh my god.
What? Oh my gosh.
So there's just the California Raisins, just chilling out. There's the California Raisins. They all came in one pack. Doing Christmas games, like not Christmas, just
This
Sun
is the
games.
one where you. Okay.
And then I particularly like this one right here. So I was thinking I might take a couple of these and just do them all in one big piece of fabric and make myself a California Raisins Christmas sampler. And it will be the worst thing Caroline's ever seen.
It will be.
It will be. Do you see this one? It's got the little stage. Yeah, it was like, what if the lights were red and green instead of red and yellow? Then it would be Christmas
and raisins. Ooh.
Christmas raisins. It's so good. I'm gonna make you guys come over and watch it with me. I bought the DVD, and then you know what? One of the most wonderful things in my life was the first Christmas I was with my husband. I was like, I do this weird thing, and I pulled it out like the DVD because of course it was like, you know, and he also had it memorized. It was also a large part of his childhood.
Oh my gosh.
So now we make the kids watch it. They're super into.
Didn't have any.
There's claymation dinosaurs. I love Christmas dinosaurs. It's a whole thing. I've got a dozen Christmas dinosaurs in my house and a giant inflatable Christmas dinosaur in the front yard. It's so good. He's got a Santa hat on.
Okay. Very good, raisins. I can't wait.
And then I also got one that you'll probably like. I've shown this to you, but I found this Teresa Wensler kit. When I first started stitching, my cousin was working on this kit. She got most of the way through it and then got mad at it and dropped it off, unfinished at a thrift store. And I was devastated because I thought it was so beautiful. So I picked up a copy of it. I think it's kind of funny because all of the threads are just on like.
I know. I was playing with
paper.
it. I thought I was gonna break it. I was so scared.
Thank God they've got the DMC numbers. I think I need to buy new fabric for it because this is a even weave and it's feeling crispy around the edges to me.
I just don't think it's that bad. But...
And I think it's starting to, maybe not. I don't know.
Should I dip dye it? Or should
Can you? It's plastic. Feel it. It's plastic. It's like full on plastic fabric.
Maybe this will be a good thing for the clear frame.
You no, want me to do like a full on Teresa Wensler and
acrylic,
and then you're gonna do it.
My mom's calling
in acrylic.
No. Call you later, Mom.
No. No, it's a belt pull. I mean, it's supposed to be a belt pull. Like, it's long and skinny. Do you know what a belt pull is? I love this because you're going to love this.
A belt pull. No.
Okay, so you know in Disney Cinderella and the evil stepsisters are pulling on those strings and then it makes the bell go in
I mean, I've watched Downton Abbey.
Yeah, well, this is a belt pull is supposed to be the fancy thing that you put in your bedroom, so it's not just a cord, but you put like something like, and see it's got like a rod at the bottom, and so you pull on the rod.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Approved.
Yeah, exactly. You can't encase it in acrylic. This is too weird.
It has a thing. It's a purpose.
Yeah. So, but I think I'm gonna switch it to like a Cream Zweigart linen.
Okay.
Do you want this plastic fabric? You can experiment with it.
Yeah, you know what? It's plastic, so it might be good for.
I don't know. It's not gonna hold dye particularly well. But
no,
you might get some interesting effects with it.
Are you gonna test it in acrylic?
Put it in acrylic. It's already plastic.
Okay.
Right?
What are you gonna stitch on it? A raisin?
I don't know. We gotta try it out. No. Absolutely not.
Do you have a bird that's just like not your favorite bird?
What if we did like an acrylic? What if we did a small and did it in acrylic and tried to make it into an ornament or something?
Oh, that might actually be really fun.
Maybe it's a good way to try it.
Yeah, a good way of putting it on your Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Okay, I have
one other thing I want to say. So I'm just going to show you guys the floss list for this Teresa Wensler. Everything in brackets is a blend. So it is almost entirely blended threads. And I really want to start this project. And the kind of blocking thing for me right now is not knowing how to keep these blends organized. If anybody has any tips, as near as I can tell, I was driving over here today, I was like, maybe I just throw it away. I'm just super wasteful with thread because I don't know how I would be able to tell, you know, which cut is 371 and 372 and which cut is 371. This is the
thread list.
That's the thread list for one of them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's a puzzle.
I'm so into it.
You like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is a puzzle I would put away and
I'm
to someone who wanted.
But now that the kids are in school, I feel like I have the bandwidth to do this. I'm super excited about it.
Wow.
So, alright, there you go.
Okay.
It's gonna be everything I can do not to drive over to Threadneedle Street and buy fabric after this.
I need to go get opalescent fabric. I'll go with you, Donna.
What?
I need to go get that kind of.
Okay, I made these. I want to show these real quick. So I got one of those, that Lori Holt thing, and I did it, and I made the project bags.
So pretty.
Aren't they so pretty? And they have the double zip.
And they're like,
if you guys want to make project bags, it's so easy, and it was so fun, and she has really cool.
They're really, and it's really thick too.
Well, I double batted them. Like I put.
Yeah, but even still, you can just feel that it's like
quality,
nice quality fabric.
I know.
It's not
I made like so many. I'm so excited. I have so many new.
Oh my god, you did make so many.
I know. I'm so happy.
I love them.
Okay.
Ooh.
Plans.
Ooh.
Plans.
That's Quaint Rose. See, that's why I'm always
looking at it. That's what I was saying. I love Quaint Rose.
That's really pretty.
It's so beautiful. So I just pulled from Stash. I think
this is. She's got a Welsh name too. That's so cute.
She's gonna be a little bright bird. She's gonna be so pretty. And she's going on the real legacy linen.
You know, I love that you're doing it in bright colors too, because this is one of like, I know I say this all the time, but it says that a little girl stitched this.
Mm-hmm.
And children don't like muted colors.
No, I know.
So I'm glad you're using a bright color.
Yeah, I'm doing pinks, and she's bright.
My guess is that
Look at that. It's blue and reds and pinks and
so pretty.
Gorge. Can't wait to do her. She's on my bird list. that's happening. And then another Quaint Rose Needle Arts. I don't have a picture of the cover because I didn't print it. So this is kind of charty, but the Margaret Hall 1872, I'll put a picture of Quaint Rose Needle Arts. It's like a kind of a sampler bird like that.
That's very pretty.
I also pulled a bunch of rando floss.
I love the long tail feathers.
Me too.
She's going to be a little bit more muted, but still very fun. And she's going on this. I dyed this myself.
Oh, that's pretty.
When did you dye that? Looks so good. Is that with the new Aida you just got?
I just got Aida, yeah, and then I just splatter painted it with taupe Rit. The taupe Rit is like what you want, is what I'm finding.
I think Megan does a lot of stuff with that. She's
and this one's also, I'm going to try the Cosmo flosses.
Oh,
where'd you get
I like
Did you order
this.
There, I know, I found a little quilt shop that's in Bothell.
They're soft.
They have Cosmo
Are they
flosses.
Japanese?
Oh, I thought it was Anchor Floss they had. I think now I remember
they have
it was
Cosmo.
on Cosmo.
And I've been waiting for something to use it on. So I think she's getting the Cosmo floss, which I'm excited to try.
You guys, there's too many pretty flosses. I'm feeling overwhelmed.
I know. So those birds are on my bird list that are coming up. This Hawkrun Hollows is going to be Halloween. This is my other Halloween October start that I'm going to do.
I was telling Amy I wanted to do that.
No, that's why we were talking about it.
Well, no, we were talking about it because I wanted.
And I was like, yeah, it's on my list. She's beautiful. Do you want to look at her?
Yeah, I've looked at her before, but I'll look at her again.
Yeah, well, when I ordered her, God, almost a year ago now, I bought all the fancy floss from 123 Stitch, so I have all the like stuff for her. I just have never got to her. And she's done on an interesting count. I don't know if it's so I remember it was an interesting count that she came with. Oh yeah, 30 count. As charted. I just did the like buy it all on the 123 Stitch thing.
I know what I'm doing when I go home.
What?
I'm gonna do that.
Are you gonna get that?
It's not gonna weird you out if I do the same part.
No, they have they have a bunch of different patterns for that.
I know, but I love the willow tree so
I
much. You know, I love a willow tree. It's beautiful. I don't know, maybe I'll do a different one. But I've got so many different types of embroidery needles. It's becoming kind of a problem.
Yeah, I love this one because each panel says like 24, 26, 28, like it's charted like that. So then you put the needles in the right little place.
Yeah, I was almost thinking like doing I've got doll making needles and embroidery needles and quilting needles and hand-sewn needles.
That's in my Halloween thing. Okay, then I have this. This I've had also from...
Are we finally doing it?
Well, I got this from Denise, and it's a discontinued one. So I like to go pick through all of her stuff and find the stuff that says discontinued because that makes me feel special.
Very exclusive.
Yes, it's my favorite feeling. And this is Lavender Rose. It says discontinued Lugana. And I just thought it was so fun. And I've had this chart forever, and I haven't touched it because it was so pretty. So I might finally get this one done. Iron Maiden by
Do you do that too? Do you love something so much you can't do it because then it's done?
Yeah, it's so special. I don't want to mess it up.
It's so pretty.
I know.
That's what I've been doing with the Moon Glow. Just been waiting until it is the perfect everything.
So I've never done a long dog.
I know. I've held this on. It was gonna be a birthday start last year, I think, and then I never got to it. And I'm learning I need to start these things like this because my Gemini taught me a lesson.
You lost it.
I lost the Gemini.
Yeah.
I rebought it. Not to worry.
I want to do the Pisces so badly with you, but I don't like the pattern.
I know.
Every time I look at it, I'm like, but I don't like it.
So, didn't Jen Fiberweb do that one? And she changed all the colors, and it was
her color that she chose for the fish are
yeah,
maybe that's what I need to go is take a look at that and just do a
I'll send it to
full
you.
color.
Okay, I have some housekeeping to do. So last episode I said I was gonna give away my maximum cross stitch that I just don't have time to get to, and I'm throwing in this Pirate+Robin that I think would be really beautiful for the butterflies. What I was planning on doing. So I'm just going to throw it in there because...
whoever gets it is not obligated to use that.
No, you don't have to, but I think that's what I was going to use for the butterfly. And so I did the thing, and I'll put it right here. This person won KL Parker 76402. So if you could write to threadgremlins@gmail.com and send us a message, we will get your address and we will send this to you.
And our email is also in the notes.
It'll be in the notes. So yeah, send an email. We'll send that off to you. And then
Oh, this is so exciting.
I know we had I wrote it in my notes. Oh, okay. Textile Craft offered us 2 PDF patterns.
Okay, well, first she sent us a package with all of her paper patterns.
She sent us all of her paper patterns. Look at that.
So amazing.
I know.
There's even one more. Hold on.
So nice. Well, so good too because
So she used Pirate+Robin floss to do this acorn, and I think that was the first time that Robin had been in a pattern.
I know, it's so exciting.
And Textile Yours sent us all of her paper patterns. She was just at market.
So cool.
They're lovely. This is my favorite that she said.
I want to show my favorite then. This is my favorite.
And she says she'll give PDFs to 2 of you guys.
Yeah, so nice. And they're really good charts.
Laura
they're really
has just been
easy.
so sweet. She totally offered this out of the blue, and we're so excited to stitch something of hers. And then
I'm going to hold up a couple more of them. So if you guys want to put in the comments, we decided, what do we say, coffee cup? Because there's one with a little coffee and tea.
Yeah, if you put a coffee emoji, we will pick 2 winners. And I think she said you can pick out.
Choice.
You get to pick which one you want.
And her shop is down in the comments if you guys want to go take a look at some of those patterns and see them a lot better than me holding them up.
I know, and we were just really excited for Robin because that's really cool to have like a real designer stitch and use your floss. Like, she's such a cool girl, and we're really supportive of her, and to see her business grow is just really exciting.
Really neat. And and I love that it's another business, a small business owned by a lady that's, making it happen. That's
I
so
know,
cool.
a mom, nice, rad, close to us. She's
fun
super
floss
cool.
tube too, you guys. Really good floss tube.
Yeah, so we're just so excited for Robin. So excited for all these little things that are happening. I mean, it's fun. So yeah, if you want to do the coffee cup, and we'll get you set up with a PDF.
PDF, yeah.
So yay. Those were my 2 housekeepings. Do we have any more housekeeping?
Do we? She's asking
Amy?
me. She's the one who's responsible.
I don't think so. That was the one I was.
Is that it? Did we get through everything?
Whoa. Okay, we wanted to put that one with the floss.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We got to hang out with Jessica.
Oh, yes.
That was really fun. So we got to hang out with Jed Extitch. She's also a cool mom next to us. And she came over and hung out at Elizabeth's house with us and did a stitchy day.
It's really fun.
Her patterns are rad.
The little snails on the hill.
Oh, dude, Strawberry Mountain. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I think Amy.
I have it.
She also
She
makes all these really cute custom enameled pins that are kind of like, a lot of them are D&D themed.
Yeah.
There's a flowered beholder. It's
Which
really
we
cool.
all have a little bit of a D&D background, so it was really fun.
I used to run a D&D encounters program at a board game store.
And I used to be in a D&D group every Tuesday.
Wait, Amy, have you not played D&D?
No.
Turn it off. We've got to go figure that out.
No, I don't. I feel like I can't think on the spot of like these, like, you guys have the most creative minds when it comes to like, oh, I'm going to create this like crazy fantasy scenario and pull it out of thin air. And I'm like, I love watching people do that, and I'm so entertained by it, and it is not my skill set.
We can make her be the DM.
Oh my god, she would be such a good DM.
She'd be so good.
Everything would be perfect.
And then we can just be like...
and then the fairies flew out!
Amy, how do you feel about like really complicated guidebooks? Like lots of pictures and stats, and you have to get everything just right.
We don't have to do this.
It could go either way. It's really either way for me. I could either completely get into the nitty gritty and like hyper focus and love every second of it, or I will tune out and want nothing to do with it.
How do you feel about dice? Like colored dice? Like
Like, collecting dice is part of it.
Very shiny.
No, because I've very much gotten into the dice thing because people make them out of epoxy and then put like little stuff in. I've absolutely gotten into like the art.
Yeah,
of the
you get to collect dice, which is fun.
You have to match the dice to your character. It's really important.
Yeah. I was a dark elf. Its name's Canegro, and I had a spider pet.
Yeah, you did.
All right, that's too much information. We'll talk to you next time. Bye!